Hello Year 7, hope you're all well. I hope you've enjoyed doing the virtual experiments that I've been posting you to do on Edmodo. Now, virtual experiments are all well and good, but you can't beat proper practical work to do. So, what I am going to set you a little challenge to do is a little bit of proper practical work. Now, before we start, a few things first. Safety first. Do not, under any circumstances, plug anything that we are going to make into the mains electricity. It's also going to be really important that you do not start nicking stuff from home, cutting it up, pulling stuff to bits just because you want to make the thing that we're going to have a little go at making. Okay, please check first. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to make an electronic quiz board where a little bulb lights up if you answer a question correctly. Now, I'm going to talk you through the bits that you need to actually make the board itself. The wiring I will talk about in the next little video that goes with this. Okay, so today you are going to need the following items. You're going to need pen and pencil. You're going to need a ruler. You're going to need some foil. You're going to need some sellotape, you're going to need scissors, and you're going to need some card of some sort. Now, what I've done is I've got an old cereal box here that I am going to be using. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this box up, we're going to write a set of questions and answers that are going to be mixed up. And the way this works is if somebody with some little electric probes that we'll make in the next video, if somebody gets a question right, a light bulb lights up to let them know that that they've got the question correct. So, go away, grab those bits and pieces, and I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, right then. So, here I've got all my bits and pieces that I need to make my quiz board. The only bits I'm going to need first of all is going to be the cereal box, the scissors, the ruler, and the pencil. So I'm just going to move the other bits out of the way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the cereal box up so that I've got one piece of card. Okay, so there we go, there's my piece of card. Now what I actually need is this side. I could have cut this a little bit neater, never mind. What I actually need is this side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my questions here, and I'm going to have my answers here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide up my piece of card. I'm actually going to do this in a pen, so I don't think the pencil's going to show up. I suggest you do it in pencil because if you make a mistake it's easy to rub out. So I'm going to put a line across there, and I'm going to put a line down the middle like this. I'm going to write the word questions here. I'm going to write the word answers here. Now I'm also then just going to add an extra couple of columns to either side. So I'm going to add a column there. I'm going to add another column there. Sorry about that noise that you can hear, it's not me, it's one of my dogs having a little sneeze, I think. Right then, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write 5 questions. Okay, so I'm going to divide this up then into 5. So if I've got, how big is that? bit. That's approximately 25. So now every 5 centimetres, I'm just going to make a little mark. And see. Like this. Like that. Like that. And like that. So hopefully this is what you then end up with. So we've got question column here, answer column here. You'll also notice I've got these little squares here. They're going to be quite important because we're going to be making some holes in there for us to attach electrodes to. Next thing you need to do is you then need to come up with your 5 questions. Okay, so it could be about anything that you like. So I'm just going to go away now. I'm going to come up with 5 questions. Okay, there we go. I've written my questions and my answers. You'll notice I've chosen chemical symbols for my questions because I'm a bit nerdy and a bit sciencey. So here we go. Here's my first question. What is the chemical symbol for sodium? Now you'll notice that the answer that it gives here is AU. Now that's not correct. The actual correct answer is one of these. The actual correct answer is going to be Na. That is the symbol for sodium. So when you write your questions, it's really important that your answers are kind of mixed up. Okay? Now the next thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to make a hole in the centre of each of these little squares that we've got to the side of the questions and the answers. Now if you've got a hole punch at home, a hole punch is ideal for this. I haven't got a hole punch here at home with me. Mine's still in school. So what I'm going to do, get myself a little bit of blue tack. I'm just going to place that underneath where I want my hole to be. Being really careful not to stab myself in the hand. I'm going to take myself some scissors and I'm just going to, if I can, there we go, make myself a little hole like that. Okay, can you see I've got a little hole there? I'm just going to make it a little bit neater. Make myself a little hole in each of these squares. So I'm going to do that now. So there we go. Now I've got the front of my quiz board all ready. Questions, mixed up answers and holes down either side. Next, I'm going to turn it over. Now we get to the really tricky bit. One of the things about this little bit of practical work is it is going to be really fiddly, and that is a good thing. You are going to struggle a little bit. The ability to be able to do very tricky things is a good science skill that you are going to need to develop. Now what we're going to need to do is we are going to need to join up questions with their correct answers with a little bit of tin foil. Okay, so I know that this hole here next to what is the chemical symbol for sodium, I know that goes with this hole here. So what I'm going to need to do is I need to join that with a little strip of tin foil. Okay, so I've got myself some foil here. Okay, so piece. I'm going to cut myself a strip. This. Okay. Now I just need to make sure that hole, that one, okay. So what I need it to do, I need to have a strip of foil that connects one side to the other. Okay, now that's the easy bit. The tricky bit comes is when we try to stick that down with sellotape. If I can find the end of my sellotape, there it is. What we need to do is we need to completely cover that strip of foil. It's no good having any bits sticking out, otherwise you end up with a short circuit. Okay, so there's my bit of tape. Now what you'll find when you do this is probably gonna, is it gonna do it? Whoop. As you'll notice, it jumps off the page, jumps off the card and sticks to the sellotape. That's because it gets statically charged. The sellotape gets statically charged as you peel it off the roll. So I've got a little bit there. I'm going to add another strip. So that it is completely covered. We can't have any bits of foil exposed. Okay. Just going to trim the edges up a little bit, like that, and like that. So I have now got this question connected to the correct answer with a piece of foil on the back. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go away and I'm going to join up all the other questions with their correct answers. Okay? Okay, hopefully by now then, what you should have is you should have your question board ready, questions, mixed up answers, and on the back, all the secret circuitry. Okay, now what we'll do in our in the next video is I'll show you then how you can actually put together a little circuit so that you can use your quiz board. Okay, anyway, have fun making it. And I'll see you again soon. Bye!